Hey, my name is Rafael, you're watching Rock and Roll Garage, and today we're going to talk about the 5 Queen hit songs that were written by the incredible, the legendary bassist John Deacon. But first, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, leave your comment below. Well, yeah, Freddie Mercury was the band's main songwriter, but as you probably know if you're a Queen fan, there are many tracks that were written by the other members of the band, Brian May, Roger Taylor, and John Deacon. And John Deacon was a really, really underrated songwriter. And today we're going to talk about 5 hit songs he wrote. The first one dates back to 1976. It's the track You're My Best Friend. I think it's one of the most underrated Queen tracks, certainly. It's an incredible ballad. And it was written, it was first released on their 1979 album, A Night at the Opera. And it was inspired by Deacon's wife, who he's still married today, who is Veronica Tetzlaff. And an interesting thing about this track is that it was written on the piano, and he was learning how to play the piano back then. He wasn't a piano player at that moment, and he wrote this beautiful track. That's the first one. Now we go to the second one, that is Spread Your Wings, which was released back in 1977 on the album News of the World. And it's a really underrated track in my opinion as well. It's a really great Queen track, and Deacon really shows his talent and his technique, and the lyrics are fantastic, and it shows that Freddie wasn't the only incredible songwriter in Queen, for sure. Such a great track, and if you haven't heard it yet, you should check it out. We go to the third one. Well, the third one is I Want to Break Free. That one is simply one of Queen's signature songs, of course. It's just a true classic. It was released in 1984. It's certainly one of the biggest Queen songs from the 80s. It was released in 1984 on the album The Works, probably the biggest track from that album. And obviously, it has one of the most funny, most inventive, and one of the coolest music videos of all time. I mean, it was something that was overplayed over the decades, although back then many stations didn't play that video, but thankfully over the decades it became a signature of the band. And it's so cool that the courage and how the band did that back then. It's really cool that they really experimented not only in music but also in the music videos, and that was a really, really cool thing to do. And we move to the next one, the fourth song, which is Friends Will Be Friends, which is from 1986, from a really underrated Queen album in my opinion, which is A Kind of Magic, which was originally recorded for another really underrated movie I love, Highlander, which is a great movie that if you haven't seen yet, you should check it out. It's Queen all over the place, many incredible Queen tracks like Hammer or Fall, Kind of Magic, and many others. So thank you, Highlander. Thank you. Let's thank that movie for having A Kind of Magic, which is a fantastic album. And Friends Will Be Friends is a great, incredible track, which was also written by Mr. John Deacon. And the final song we're going to talk about, it's certainly one of another huge Queen hit, which is Another One Bites the Dust, which was released in 1980 as part of the album The Game. And it shows really how, what an incredible songwriter John Deacon was. And I say was because he retired, although he's still alive and he's okay, but he retired from Queen almost 3 decades ago, back in the late 90s. And if you want to know a little bit more about that, you can watch the video that is in the description, and it's appearing here. He decided to step out from the band and retire in the late 90s. And well, sadly, he didn't wrote anything else. He didn't record with anybody else, and he really stepped away from the music business, although he's still part of the business decisions of Queen, but he doesn't work publicly with music anymore. And that's it. I hope you like the list. I hope you like the video. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, leave your comment below, tell me if you like any of these songs, and don't forget to visit rockandrollgarage.com. I see you later.